Hi, the topic of this video is about the importance of doing our inner work. And often when we start doing our inner work, we have endured some type of suffering or breakdown in one or the other area of our life, relationships ending, a grieving period from something that has been released, difficulty with something, triggers from the outside world, from people in our environment. And often when we are triggered by someone or by the environment, we tend to blame the person that has triggered us. Though once we start becoming more aware, we see that the problem is not with the other person. The problem and the conflict lies within us. And this realization that we have an inner conflict or we are dealing with several inner conflicts, this is the beginning of inner work for most people. So what is an inner conflict? Inner conflict is when we feel conflicted about a situation and when mentally we feel turmoil, emotionally there is turmoil, and we can't figure a way out of that. And this is what we often refer to as inner conflict. So often we are dealing with not just one conflict, but with more inner conflicts. And this is when things get really rough and we feel that we don't know how to get out of the situation. We get depressed, we get a lot of anxiety. So there's many ways how we deal about that. And what is important when we feel an inner conflict or a trigger making us feel very turmoiled and incapable of resolving our situation is that we isolate ourselves. So we remove ourselves a bit from the environment and from the trigger, and we take time to sit down with ourselves and to analyze what is happening within us. So at the mental level, what kind of stories am I reproducing? What kind of memories are coming into the mind? And at the emotional level, what am I feeling? What emotions are being triggered? And this exercise will help enormously to get more clarity about what is happening within us. And a trigger is often a gift, you can say, from the universe, helping us to resolve something from the past that has been lying dormant. And the universe believes that we have now the power and the energy to resolve it. So it's bringing it up to us so that we can find a resolution. But we can only do that through this inner work. So this mental clarity, gaining emotional clarity, feeling through all the emotions that are there. And eventually we will come out of the situation. And when we take the time and we also intuitively feel what is happening and we get insights, deeper insights, we will also get the answer about how to resolve the inner conflict eventually. And this could be that we need to set up, communicate more clearly about our boundaries. We have to tell someone something. We need to take some space for ourselves, do more self-care. So there's very different solutions to our inner conflict. It is important that we realize that the solution is really within us. And a lot of people tend to, when they feel conflicted within, the energy is overwhelming. So they want to give it away. They want to basically not feel what they're feeling. But it is important that we keep the inner conflict within ourselves, that we don't burden other people with it, because other people simply cannot help us. Maybe if they're very independent, they stand away from us, they're not friends and family, they will have a very objective eye. But mostly we discuss it with people who are not very objective, and they will only add their own energy to the inner conflict, and it will not really help us to resolve. So it is really important that we do this in isolation with ourselves, and sometimes it means that we will be isolated for quite a while and a long period of time, and it is very good and wise to communicate that to people around us. And the people that are meant to be in our lives, they will understand, and others might fall off, and that's just the way it is. I hope this video was helpful, and I will be making more videos. Subscribe and see you around.